It's Travel Michigan. I'm Dave Lorenz, along with Michelle Grinnell. And Michelle, we're headed to the UP.
We are. We are headed to beautiful Marquette, Michigan. And they've got a great event coming up April 21st through 27th. And Pat Black, the director of the Marquette CVB, is here to tell us about Marquette Waterfall Week and all things Marquette.
This is a great thing to be talking about because waterfalls this year are going to be spectacular.
Oh, I bet with all that snow that
with all the snow
has been all over the state, but of course, especially in the UP.
Well, the reason it's special in Marquette County is because probably not many people know this, but Marquette County is home to actually 77 waterfalls. And we did our research on that when we started doing this promotion last year, and I was surprised at that.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised to hear that because I know in the UP, we always say there are more than 200 in the entire UP, so I didn't know so many were right there in Marquette County.
The waterfall map that we have here in the office that we produce is one of the most popular things that people want. I'm surprised at the waterfall buffs there are out there.
Oh, yeah.
People love them, and they're going to be spectacular this spring.
Now, you have put together an event. This Marquette Waterfall Week is April 21st through the 27th, and you're encouraging people to come on and look at those waterfalls and kind of check everything out. But there's also like a microbrew component to this, right?
We did. You know what? We put this together, brew, water, views. We put it all together, and so we brought in the local microbreweries because those also have kind of risen to the surface here in the county to be really popular. So what it basically is that you will come to Marquette County. We have a scavenger hunt going along with that if people want to enjoy that, but it's really simple. You will go out to one of the listed major waterfalls in the area. We have them listed on our website. You will take a picture of yourself out at the waterfall, and if you bring that photo into one of our participating microbreweries and purchase a glass of beer, you will get a signature commemorative pint glass. We've already got
different.
them. They're logoed. They're darling, and you take that home with you. Dave, it was interesting. We started this last winter, and I go on vacation in April, so I'm in a warm climate looking at the national weather. And April last year, it snowed enormous amounts of snow. I mean, tons of it. And I'm thinking, who's going to do this waterfall promotion? However, we had over 500 people that did it last year.
Well, I actually like to hike in the wintertime as long as you can get through, various trails and such. Sometimes the snow is so deep that it's a little uncomfortable in the spring because of that kind of like crustiness, and then you get the soft snow and all that.
Yeah, well, I think they had a couple days where the sun was out. So anyway, because the breweries keep track of how many people come in, and all that. And when we were done, we found that over 500 people had participated in this particular event. But we've got the Black Rocks Brewery, the Jasper Ridge, the Ordock, and the Verling, and the Market Harbor Brewery, and each of them have created a beer for this promotion. For instance, the Jasper Ridge Brewery in Ishpeming, they've created Warner Creek wheat beer. So, they've really gotten into it, and the glasses have already come in. So, we're encouraging people to, get rid of a long winter, get away for a little bit and see some of these spectacular waterfalls that we've got going on here.
And it's a great opportunity because I was just recently up in Marquette and fell in love with the Ordock, and the Verling is a great place. So, it's all right downtown, so it's a great opportunity to check out some really unique buildings and really explore downtown when you get back in from your waterfall exploring.
Yeah, it's come along with that. So that's why we brought the brew pubs into this promotion. And there is, if people have families and they want to participate in a scavenger hunt, they can pick the forms up here at the office when they're in town. There's always somebody here, but I just think it's just one of those kind of cool things that we're able to provide, at the very end of a long winter that will be pretty spectacular.
Well, Pat, you mentioned that you have a map that showcases all the various waterfalls in Marquette County and that it's available at your office. Where is that office?
Our office is located in downtown Marquette in the 300 block, right on Washington Street. And we've got, we've tried to keep the waterfalls easy access, meaning you can just about pull up in the parking lots and not have to walk a long way to get to them. So they're listed, and we've got information on our website about Waterfall Week also.
What would you say percentage-wise of those waterfalls are relatively easy to get? I know that, like if you go to, Hogbag Mountain or whatever that is.
Well, we've got the Yellow Dog River. That one is a short walk in. That's the longest one in, and that's less than a mile. But Morgan Falls is only it's only a few steps from the parking lot, and it's just 2 miles south of the city. The Carp River, another one, it's only a half a mile in. And the Dead River Falls, you can almost drive to. So those are all the easy, accessible ones. We try to keep them easy for people.
And Marquette County, of course, includes, the city of Marquette and also Ishpeming. Does it go all the way to Munising?
Right. It's really interesting because we are one of the largest land-wise counties in the state of Michigan. We go all the way as far as Michigami.
Oh, okay.
And as far south as Gwinn. And so, and I'm telling you, there's a lot of snow.
Yeah. And
and I've been out to see the waterfalls. I mean, even this winter, the Eben ice caves, they've been like Grand Central Station with people visiting them. It's so hard packed you can walk in.
Yeah,
so
it's such a beautiful
people are definitely going out to see these, to see these things. There's a big interest there.
Well, it's a great idea, and of course, in this kind of transition time in the Marquette area, where you're going from kind of like that late winter into early spring, might be a fun thing to do. You've made it a fun scavenger hunt as well, where you can go take a picture of yourself and get this commemorative glass at the various microbrews. So,
right.
Cool idea. Should be a lot of fun.
Like I say, it surprised me last year, and I'm sure it's going to be even bigger this year.
So it's coming up April 21st through the 27th in the Marquette County area. Basically, it's a big county, folks, so you're going to find a lot of fun waterfalls to look at. And with all that melt, there are going to be a lot of water falling all throughout that area as well. So check that out, April 21st to the 27th. And for more information, just go to the website, travelmarquettemichigan.com. That is travelmarquettemichigan.com, and you'll get more information about it. It's going to be a really cool thing to do. I want to thank Pat Black, Director of the Marquette Convention and Visitors Bureau, for joining us today and filling us in on Marquette Waterfall Week. Sounds like it will be certainly worth that drive. Hey, you know what is worth the drive, and that is just kind of going anywhere in Michigan. As you know, representing Pure Michigan, we tend to get around the state quite a bit. So I've certainly seen so many cool things all throughout the state that sometimes kind of surprises me. But what I always recommend is that if you want to kind of see certain things or do certain things, you might want to just do your planning in advance. You can do that using Michigan.org. It really is a great planning tool to do your trip planning in advance. Recommend you go to Michigan.org, maybe check out the events section, or if you are heading up to a place like Marquette, you can actually click on the city of Marquette. You can look for activities, you can look for accommodations, you can look for restaurant information, whatever you're looking for, it's all there, and you'll find it at Michigan.org. Michelle, I know we have some programming with Absupure, and there's like a Facebook contest that Absupure is doing, a photo contest.
Yeah, we have. For a while, we've been partnering with them on the Pure Michigan logo. You'll see that Absupure is a great Michigan company. But now, in their 24 and 36 pack bottles of water, you will find our imagery. So you'll see that great Pure Michigan creative work that you see in some of our billboards and that sort of thing. So that's happening all over the Midwest, which is great. And they also have this Facebook contest, the Pure Michigan Moment contest. You can win a getaway to the Grand Traverse Resort and Spa. So just visit the Abso Pure Facebook page to find out more about that. A great Pure Michigan vacation.
That sounds like a great idea. Of course, check out all the Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, Google Plus at Michigan.
We're everywhere.
With Pure Michigan as well, and you'll find a lot of great information there. All right, we're going to find out what's happening in Frankenmuth with the big Back to the 80s program that's coming up next right here on Travel Michigan, where your trip begins at michigan.org.